Obviously, I'm not home. I'm on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, also known as OBX. And we're doing a Barkan Method 200-hour Level 1 teacher train program. And I wanted to show you how amazing the ocean is here at the Outer Banks. So today we're going to tutorial Revolving Triangle. This is a posture that's not in the Bikram flow, that I added in the Barkan Method flow to take the spine in the other direction. That's exactly why I put it in the sequence. Because if you're doing Bikram yoga and you're doing the triangle and you're always in this position, your body gets complacent. Take the spine in the other direction to move and revolve the triangle. It adds to a new range of motion, opening up the spine in a different way, and adds to your balance, flexibility, strength, and so on. So let's head over to the studio in Outer Banks. It's OBX Hot Yoga with Haley, who's a participant in the teacher train program, and demonstrate this pose. One of the postures that I added in the Barkan sequence that is not from our lineage in Calcutta is Downward Dog and Revolving Triangle. So we start Revolving Triangle in Downward Dog. So from Downward Dog, we take the right leg back in a one-legged Downward Dog. The shoulders and hips are square. The foot is flexed. So you need to turn this hip down a little bit more. And now we're going to externally rotate the hip and point the toe without letting the shoulder come up. So you may want to drop this right shoulder down a little bit. Yep. So she's isolating it way back. Now bring it back to square, flex the foot. You don't have to necessarily drop the leg. And now swing the right leg through under the heart. And what's the cue to get her up there? To support her body. What is it? Hands on the hips. Hands on the hips, she comes up. With the right, now I like the legs even more apart. A lot of you are not stepping far enough apart. Keep going, keep going, keep going, good. So with the right leg out, the opposite arm, left arm comes up, and down she goes, placing your hand on the shin first is the first modification, so do that. Hands on the shin. Second modification, magically a block has appeared, is to use the block on the left side of the foot. Now you can use the block vertical like so. You can use the block horizontal here, or you can even use the block horizontal here. Because the key is that we want to get the spine to be tabletop. If she were to touch the hand to the floor from this position, she's no longer tabletop. So that's why if you are going to use the floor, you got to go fingertips, do that, and now that raises her up to tabletop. So she really doesn't need the block because now she's in a nice symmetrical position with her back is horizontal or tabletop. The weight is the big toe mound of the right foot. So this is where that's what I'm talking about, not the big toe, but the big toe mound or the ball of the foot of the right foot. And the outside edge of the left foot. So if I stood on the knife edge of her left foot, I've now created support for that back leg. And one of the biggest corrections I make in this pose is this right hip wants to come forward. We got to pull the right hip back. Is there any way you can drop this left hip down at the same time and bring this hip forward? Yeah. So the hips are square. Now here's the biggest mistake people make when I tell them to rotate, is that they go this way with their head before they bring their arm up, and then they bring their arm up in the air. So they got a chicken wing arm, and they have a C shape in her spine. So what we've got to do, go back again, is we want to scoop the tailbone under, extend the head to the middle of the mat, and now rotate from here, lower, middle, upper, back, shoulder. Don't let the head turn. So that now we have a vertical line. You see the difference? No more C shape, straight line. And only if the shoulders stack, the arm comes up in the air. Spread the fingers wide. Pardon the interruption, but I wanted to show you how amazing the beach is here at OBX. I wanted to show you this amazing beach and this amazing surf here at OBX, North Carolina. This is going south. By the way, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hit the notification and like button. OBX. Still pulling back in that hip. Okay, come up. Let's do the other side so you don't die. Face that way.
Down dog.
No, actually do the left leg. So you're on the other side. Left leg forward. Yeah. Bigger step. Down you go. Right arm up. Now this is one of the biggest mistakes teachers make when they teach this class, this pose. Before they even tell them they don't mention anything about the foundation. They go, bring your hand to the shin block, foot or floor, and now rotate lower, middle, upper back, shoulder. It's too fast. And you're going to teach this in a couple of days. What we have to exaggerate is the foundation from the feet, inner thighs, and hips first. So we got big toe mound left foot, outside knife edge right foot. There's the feet. Inner or internal rotation of the inner thighs, and on your sorry, they call it the inner spiral. Scoop the tailbone and lengthen the head out to the middle of the mat. So scoop, now lengthen out. Lift your head more, lift your head more. That's it. So we got feet, inner thighs, hips square. Scoop the tailbone. And now she can rotate lower, middle. Her arm doesn't go yet. Upper, go ahead, rotate. Lower, middle, upper back, shoulder. And as a result of the rotation of the upper torso, which is the thoracic vertebra, the arm comes up. And now we do spread the fingers wide. Pull back on the left hip to get that vertical line. You see how that just made that vertical line in her spine? Here. Pushing into the outside of the back foot, revolving triangle. And the left hand comes down. Good. Let's talk about again what you're going to see a lot of people do in this position. You want to do the other side?
Sure.
Go ahead. What happens is everyone wants to do the full expression. And if they don't have the rotation in the shoulders, I showed you before, if they don't have the rotation in the shoulders, what happens is, go ahead, rotate, lower, middle, upper shoulder. The arm comes up like this. I'm doing what they're doing. I can do it. I call it the chicken wing. We don't want this chicken wing. All she's doing is torquing out her shoulder. Usually it's going to be guys though. So you tell them to bring their hand back on their hip and rotate as much as you can without moving the hand in the air. Once you can get the shoulders to stack, then the arm comes up as a result. But once again, look how her hip came forward. Back, look at that. Bring that forward again, the hip. And back, so we have this nice long vertical line here. And then right hand down, hands on the hips come up. Good. Relax for a little bit. Questions? Amy? Yeah, or you can also keep the hand on the lower back too, because then you can feel that your hips are square. But yeah, almost, you said 80% of the people, their hip wants to come forward, and they're rotating into a C shape. Probably the biggest correction I make in the standing pose is to get the hips to square and revolving triangle. Because it's anatomically, it just doesn't feel right. So that it goes forward, you got to pull. You saw the difference between the C shape and the vertical line. It's all in the spine, lower, middle, upper back. So just like a little bit of it's all the rib cage that's rotating. And then the arm comes up at the end. In the Bikram Triangle world, where this posture comes from, they all lead with their arms. That arm comes up right away. So I changed it. I want to get that rotation of the rotation of the thoracic vertebra happen first, and the arm comes last.
So in a revolving triangle, I was taught years ago, right? What school of thought is it that then you place right
on the outside?
Outside edge.
Yeah, and that's again Krishnamacharyan. And what happens is if you push your hand on the outside, that creates even more of a C shape. And unless you're super advanced, a lot of the top Iyengar and Ashtanga people can do it because they have that range of motion. The average person doesn't. So that's why I like to keep the foot on the other side, so that their spine, their head stays in line with the middle of their mat, not the corner of the mat, which is going to cause the C shape. Question? Okay. All right, good.
So that's our episode for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed looking at the OBX beach and the surf. Any questions or comments, put it down below. I'm happy to get back to you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.